How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Poppy Wolf, and welcome back to another episode of Attack on Titan, man. Episode, I believe it is 73, 72, no, 72, Children of the Forest. My guys, my lovely people, this episode is wild. This episode, literally shit hits the fan. I did not expect any of this. I thought this episode was to be calm. I thought this episode was going to be tame. Little did we know that there was so much excitement in this. I lost breath. I didn't know what to do. I was stumbling over my words. I was screaming. I was like, oh my god, I don't know how I feel about this. The episode starts off with the Browse family and Gabi and Falco as they go towards the restaurant. But before we get to that, we have Zeke and Levi discussing about what exactly happened at Connie's village. What happened there? He explains that he used the tear gas. The tear gas is usually used to relax the people who have Eldian blood. He used his roar, and through his roar, he was able to trigger their Titan abilities and have them go on a rampage. We find out that Levi keeps asking him exactly what happened at this village for the same reason, because Levi is noticing he has no shred of actual. Levi is showing that he sees no shred of guilt in Zeke's face. He has no guilt whatsoever. Zeke is just being like, well, it is what it is, man. It's casualties of war. And Levi looks at him like, if you dare, I will make sure you never forget that phrase. I'll make sure you never forget the people that you've turned into Titans, people that you've killed, basically. And Jesus Christ, does this like little battle seem like it's getting worse? We get word that he finds out about the murder. He finds out about Jaegerist. When it comes to Attack on Titan, we're just gonna focus on the certain storylines of what's happening, and then just go like this because it jumps around. It doesn't jump around too much, but it definitely. I want to stay focused on one line of story, then jump to another line of story. So eventually, they find out that Eren is on the move. He is moving with the Jaegerists, and they're on their way. They're trying to find the location of Zeke, and the whole time, Levi has this big repentment moment where he's thinking, "Damn, like I protected Eren. I made sure Eren was alive. I made sure I saved Eren, just because I knew and I hoped that he was humanity's last hope. I felt it. I believed he was. I betted all my chips on this, and he's not. And he's doing this all at like." It's almost like a sick joke that this ride, this big old bet that was in favor of humanity has just showed us that no, Eren is deadly. Eren is at this point gonna be the worst, gonna be a villain to his friends and mentor. My lord, the face that Levi makes is almost tragic, knowing that Eren is choosing to be an antagonist against them. It is wild. And for him to find out that Pixis is just trying to like, well, we just need to find a person who's willing to eat Eren. Wow. It just seems like everything is hitting the fan, because if he can't do anything in this. Levi can't talk Eren out of it, because the military is already saying, well, we're gonna find a new person to take over the founding Titan and the attack Titan. Because obviously we can't let Eren have it, because then we have no leverage. We have no way of keeping him from that aspect. Like we can't. He's already too influenced by Zeke. That's what they think. And I think this episode proved to us that that's all bullshit. Anyways, so that's the end of the Levi and Zeke portion of this episode. Like up to down, like they just have these big I wouldn't even say philosophical debate, but they have this big this debate on what war and the casualties, and even Levi has his own introspective thought process on like, what should I do, or what can I do if the government's already decided that they want to get rid of Eren. And oh my god, guys, when we swap over to the next part of this episode, when we swap over the Gabi, Falco, and Nicollo stuff, this is where shit hits the fan, man. This is where I didn't expect it to go in this direction, but God, was it so fucking good. Like, okay, so we start off with, of course, Gabi and Falco posing as Mia and Ben. They go into the restaurant with the Browse family. They're eating, and eventually, their homegirl is like, "Look, go in there. Nicollo's a Marleyan. You'll be able to talk with him." And they kind of they push more of the fact that Nicollo did have strong feelings for Sasha. In fact, he was in love with Sasha. He loved that she loved his cooking. She loved all of that. It just makes sense to him. Eventually, they corner him, and Gabi goes all fucking fanatical, fucking, good old proud boy on she goes proud boy basically on Nicollo. Nicollo's hearing this, and she's gloating how she killed Sasha, and Falco's really quick to realize, like, you're bragging about killing this man's, like, the girl he loves. What are you doing? The wine breaks, and this wine is special. I'll explain why this wine is special when I get to the Hanji and the Recon Corps part of the episode. So anyways, of course, the wine breaks all on Falco's head. Bits of the wine are able to get, he ingests bits of the wine, and Gabi's literally seeing Falco go beaten, and then of course she gets beaten too. Nicollo presents them to the Browse family and goes, like, these aren't just random kids, like this girl killed Sasha. He tells Sasha's father, like, this girl killed your daughter, and like, we need to, like, if you don't kill her, sir, I'm gonna kill her. And I think it's just this, what's so good about this episode right here is Gabi's realization in her face that the person that she thought she could trust, the person that, like, she should have been trusting, wants to kill her the most. It's kind of like that scene in American History X when he gets mad at the white supremacists for, like, doing business with the Mexicans and the blacks, and eventually, like, they get pissed off about his, like, self-righteousness, like, white pride shit, and they rape him in the shower, and then they teach him a lesson of, like, look, like, we don't give a fuck here, like, you were out here spitting some, like romantic dream of this Marleyan pride or this white pride until, like, you realize that shit don't matter. And Gabi has that realization where she's like, my Marleyan people don't want me to protect me, the Eldians are protecting me. And she has, like, that realization, especially when Sasha's father makes that big statement about how we need to save the children in the forest. Like, they're gonna be wild, they're gonna do what they want, but we can't let them pay for our sins. We can't just kill them like animals. Everyone's trying to survive in the forest, so we can't be hateful. It's all about survival. We can't harbor any grudges or any hate. And eventually, this it crosses over, it intertwines with the scout recon when the scouts hear, like, they notice it's Gabi and Falco. They know that they're runaways. They notice that, of course, the knives are pulled out, and Mikasa's the first one that goes there to comfort Gabi to make sure that she's okay. And it's just this horrifying thing for Gabi, that why is the enemy protecting me more than my own people? It's wild. Then, of course, her homegirl comes in with a knife ready to kill her. Mikasa's really quick, grabs that knife, keeps that shit from happening, and the whole family cries and weeps as they weep over Sasha's death. But at the same time too, like, Gabi's getting pulled into the next room and talked to by both Armin and Mikasa, and she's just trying to figure out, like, why don't you want to kill me? And Armin lets her know off the bat, like, why is killing so important? Why is it, if you don't kill us, we kill you? Why is that the only option? Even Mikasa, like, looks at her like, because we don't want to kill you, we don't hate you, like, we don't harbor any hate even though you killed our friend. And out of the blue, Eren Yeager shows up. Oh my god, guys, bro, let me tell you all something, man. Let me tell you something. When Eren showed up, I lost my fucking shit. Now let me run through the scout recon part of this episode, man. The scout recon part of this episode is what really, like, tied everything together. Of course, Hanji and them are investigating what's going on with Zeke and Yelna. So they go over to Nicollo's restaurant. They talk to Nicollo. Nicollo knows something because some of the wine has Zeke's spinal fluid. He's aware of this, and he's not doing. He's just big aware of it. Yeah, so he's fully known that like there's the spinal fluid is inside the wine. And so right when of course Jean and Connie want to get some of the wine because they come in the restaurant to question him, he's really quick to just grab the bottle and run away from them. And it's a little suspicious. I think Hanji picked on him, but he uses bits of racism to kind of get him off the trail. So that's already sus as it is. Again, we already told you about the Falco stuff with Nicollo and the Gabi stuff. So the scouts are there right when he captures both of them. They start investigating and everything. Eventually they get held at gunpoint by the Jaegerists led by Falco. And Falco found out how they're all there because guess what? Nicollo's right-hand man Griez basically ratted him out and said, bro, like you were way too soft, bro. Like you were out here like tempting the idea of like using the wine, but for now, like I'm gonna fully side with the Jaegerists. And this is where the big reveal is, man. So like when Hanji's trying to say, no, like you don't get it, Zeke's been using everybody, his spinal fluid's in the wine, and then Falco says, what do I care if a couple MPs get drunk on this? And she goes, I never said they were MPs. And he smiles and looks, showing that they've been knowing this was the plan. Eren knew this was the plan. He wasn't tricked. This is full confirmation that Eren right now is fully aware of his actions. And the episode ends, guys, right? He pulls up next to Gabi and he tells the guys, I just wanted to talk to you. Straight 10 out of 10 episode, man. 10 out of 10 episode. This episode was insane. I was on the verge of my seat. I was screaming. I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? I don't even know. All I could say is right now, guys, all I could say is 10 out of 10 episode. I'll catch you all in the next video. It's your boy Poppy Wolf. I get it. This review was long, but I was way too excited, man. I was way too excited. 10 out of 10 episode, bro. Nothing wrong with this episode. Everything was a plus, bro. From seeing Gabi get checked again, from seeing Eren just pull up nonchalantly, everything of this episode has been fantastic. But that's it for your boy. It's Poppy Wolf. Remember, we're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. Let your boy know, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out, y'all.